Hey everybody, Anish Majumdar here, career coach to the fiercely ambitious. I want to share 3 critical pieces of information related to job offers, okay? And anyone who is serious about moving their careers forward, you need to be spending more time on that part of things. What I'm seeing across the board is there's such an overemphasis on getting things chugging along, which rightfully is a key thing, figuring out a way to dialogue, figuring out a way to get that train moving. That's important, but you can't overemphasize that to the point where you're like a deer in the headlights when someone actually says, yes, let's go. When can you start? Let's talk about a solution. Let's move you forward here and let's talk about an offer, right? So what are 3, just to give you a little shortcut, if you're like, okay, this is good to know, I understand, but I'm not at that place yet, Anish. What are 3 things that you must know right now in today's environment that will keep you safe as the yeses come in, okay? Look, anyone who's out there trying to tell you that doing this part of your career or doing this is going to someday pay off is probably full of you-know-what. I believe in outcomes. I believe that if you're going to do something, make sure that it is towards the goal. If you're going to do anything related to building relationships, solving pain, figuring out ways to dialogue at the high level, figuring out ways to get out of the job seeker trap, but plug in to the deeper awareness of what's going on and really operate independently, the more you are doing that, you should expect offers. The more effort you put in, the more you should expect it, and the more you should be able to sort of troubleshoot the different parts of what you're doing to figure out what might be at play and what can be improved, right? So let's look at the 3 things you really need to know here, okay? Number 1, a verbal offer, and hopefully I can destroy a couple of myths here, okay? Number 1, a verbal offer is the same as a written one. That is absolutely not true, and you must stand for a written one. Okay, there is no real offer there, no matter what they say, how their company works or how they do business or what their promises are. If you're not looking at via email or whatever, a deal letter in front of you, an offer letter that allows you to see contextualized in an agreement what it is we've been talking about, you don't have an offer. And it's really, really critical because the follow through between what has been discussed and what is on that page needs to really be there. If you're looking at something that is more or less the same, some verbiage changes, some questions you have, great, fine. If you're looking at something that's not even on the same planet, that's a big, big, big red flag. Okay, and a lot of times people will try to bamboozle you, less ethical, shall we say, employers, and will try to bamboozle you with the flash and the talk in the hopes that you're just going to be like, oh yeah, and look, just sign this little thing here and move forward. Okay, so you've got to absolutely stand for that. And if you, it's pretty obvious in hiring, no matter how you come in, when you've gotten to a point where there's nothing else to discuss other than the offer, okay? So if that's not coming, call that out. Talk about the lack of urgency. Talk about, again, what it is that they're trying to accomplish. And again, as always, stand for that, okay? But stand for that written offer. When can I see a written offer? I don't feel comfortable moving forward on just a verbal basis. As you can understand, this is a family decision as much as it is a personal decision. So what's the time frame here? Can I, when can I count on a response here that would allow me to sort of look at this so I can say yes and we can get started, right? Always tie it back and make it clear. One thing that really helps when you're pushing the line here, make it clear that in your mind you started. You're wearing the freaking Patagonia vest with the company. I'm just joking, but with the company logo on it, you're ready to go. You're hashing out the details here. There's nothing that's going to make you walk away. You're not communicating that vibe whatsoever. That really helps. Okay, here's the second one. Okay. And it's a huge myth that I see now, especially because companies have really been working hard to make you swallow this, which is the first offer that they make is in some kind of magical range within the industry, and it does not need to be negotiated. Furthermore, it will not be negotiated. That is just what people make now. Computers have solved it. No negotiation is necessary. This is like those no negotiation dealerships, You can do that, but you're paying more for it. And that's okay. That's a trade-off if you're willing to make. But these employers here who try to pull this crap, they're not giving you a benefit here. They're not being upfront whatsoever. They're basically trying to get you. They're basically trying to save the money that every single company on God's green earth holds in reserve after the first offer. They all have it. if you're credible, if you're not like just starting out in your career, if you are bringing unique value and they've gotten all the way to the offer there, I can promise you, and I would move forward with 100% certainty as though that it were the case that they're expecting you to counter. They're expecting you to look at this deal, highlight what's most important, make a case as to why this level of merits it, and again, stand for the mission, stand for the impact. Don't make it about you. Don't make it about the ego. This is what I made. No. Make it selfless. You know what I mean? Be Mother Teresa about this. You know what I mean? In terms of what you're doing. But fair is fair, right? If I'm operating at this level and you're paying me at this level, something is wrong. This is what's fair. This is justice, right? That's what we're looking to clear this. So please know, there is no such thing as a first, last, final offer. That does not exist. And if a company is so price conscious, shall we say, let me put it this way. Your loved one is dying of some horrible illness. You got 2 doctors in front of you, right? One costs several $1,000s more, and you don't have that money, right? But they're the best in the world at what they do. The other one's slightly cheaper. Their success rate is like 40% less. Who are you going to go with? I think we all know what any rational human being would make the sacrifices to move towards. But if a company is not like that, and if a company is willing to walk away because they're not even willing to treat you seriously enough to see your side of it, how are they ever going to partner with you? How are they ever going to help you in any meaningful way? They're not, right? So please keep that in mind. Here's the last piece of advice, of the 3 that I think every single person should know about offers when they're out there, okay? It's a huge myth, okay? And the myth is a company will immediately rescind the offer if you get too uppity, put too much of a fuss. And again, talking about what we're saying here, please hear me when I say, at the moment at which you receive a job offer, this is where the leverage has really now started to tip in your favor. Because what this company has said is that we've done our best. We've looked at the best of the best. You're the best solution for our needs. They're not just going to walk away unless they never really were respecting you to begin with. If they were treating you like a number, you shouldn't accept this role. And I'm being straight up with you. You're going to have a miserable time. It's not going to help you. And when you inevitably leave 3-4 months down the line, you're going to have an additional problematic type of role to explain. No way. So if they are legitimate, they're never going to just walk away. They're always going to hear you out. So give yourself that extra day. Give yourself that extra time. Give yourself that extra moment to really think this through. You don't have to be a master negotiator, but just take it step by step by step at a pace that you feel comfortable with. And realize that they're not just going to walk away to number 2 and number 3 if they were really serious about your help to begin with. Okay? That's what a great offer process in this larger process is all about. It's about really bonding that trust. It's about realizing that there's follow through on both sides. It's about realizing that they really look at me as an expert and I have the willingness and the buy-in to move it forward on my way. And that, yes, I have a real strong part, as in all of this, to play in shaping what this looks like, okay? Stand up for yourself. You worked so hard to get to this point. Don't give it up now, okay? If you want to go deeper in my world, I encourage you to go to helloanish.com, and right along the top of that screen, okay, if you go there, HELLOANISH.com, you'll see a link where you can take my free masterclass on how to land your dream job during disruptive times. That's been a game changer, and it will teach you the 5 shifts that I teach my clients every single day to get them out of the job seeker mode, accounting for less than 20% of all jobs, by the way, plugging them directly into the hidden job market and keeping them there from a place of power, strength, and yes, positivity, okay? It's a real passion of mine. It's a life changer, okay? If you're in that mode, Hello Anish is where you need to go. Make it a priority. Thank you for learning with me. Follow me on YouTube. Follow me on LinkedIn. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.